Who are you again? Clog. Oh, Clog, I don't think I've looked at you. Clog Riftsucker. Alrighty, well there's a porn name if I ever heard one. Good morning, everyone. Dave from the wee hours here, back with some more Epic Tavern here in the Mulligan. Now, full disclosure, I haven't actually recorded this in a couple of weeks since the last one, so I'm really not 100% sure what the heck we were doing the last time, but we're gonna plug on regardless. It looks like everything's in good shape. Nothing needs repair. I think all the gang are pretty well healed up. I think about the only thing we could do is maybe order some chicken wings. That's looking a little low. And maybe some stale bread. Do we really need to order stale bread? I think it just sort of exists, but I'll go ahead and order a couple of those. Let's crack open the doors of the Mulligan and see what's going on today. Now, someone in the comments was saying we have an open roster slot that I didn't notice. Do we indeed? Ah, we do. Okay, we'll have to check out who's in the Mulligan today and see if there's anyone we want to hire, and it looks like a couple of folks have a level up to as well. Grunson, talk to me, man. You're like the OG around here. Let's level you up. What are you good at? You're pretty good at melee. You could use a little more social. You're not terrible at mind. And actually, you're pretty good at survival, specifically endurance. You're actually darn good. I'm gonna just sort of spread the love around here. I'm going to put a few points in a little bit of everything. Maybe a little more endurance and lore. That's got to be a good thing in any sort of fantasy environment. Now, who else had a level up do that I just saw there? Oh, Durgram. Yeah, sure. Let's level you up. Where are you at? You're sitting over there. Your usual spot. Okay. Oh, no, you didn't want to level up. You just wanted to talk to me. That's less interesting, Durger, but what do you want? Gerg Stoutbelly tried to hire me to kill that con artist Brayson Pyrite, claimed she was extorting him. Okie dokie. I only have a vague recollection of what you're talking about. What do you want to say? Oh, you just want some mead. Yeah, sure. Absolutely. That's kind of a thing that we do around here. And some for you, and some for you, and a little bit more for you, and I guess some for you over there. Oh, that's Brayson. Oh, Durgram wants to kill you. P.S. Or at least was hired to do so. I don't know if it's going to happen here. I don't have a lot of control over these things. That's what we're talking about. First round of the day, maximum service here at the Mulligan. Carolyn, what do you got going on over here? Ah, you want to be hired. Okay, I've only got the one slot, Carolyn, so what exactly is it that you say you do around here? You're actually quite good with war songs. I don't know if that's ever going to come up. I have a natural dislike for bards as a rule, but we may think about it. You're quite good at social, specifically entertainment. Mind, not so much. You're really only good at a couple of things, Carolyn. I'm gonna pass on you right now and see who else pops up. You want to talk to me, Cranston. What do you want? Government buildings are the most fun to mess with. Those people take themselves so seriously. They do, don't they? Oh, what was that little icon? Oh, you just want some fairy water. It's made with real fairies. Are you aware of that? They're pressed in the basement, I believe, with the fairy press. Oh, dear. That didn't go over so well. Oh, do you have a quest for me? You do. There's a rumor that you heard. The abominable snow ape level floor. A supply wagon headed for Winterflame Workshop was found destroyed near the lair of the abominable snow ape. Well, that sounds very combat-y. Oh, we'll get a thing, too. A fang. It says mind, but I feel we're going to beat up the snow ape. All right, well, we'll definitely think about doing that. Oh, what do you got going on? You have a new quest, too. Well, Gawk, welcome. Chicken Run. Do you have a couple of stealthy types? No. No, I don't. We can end this conversation right now. Who might be up for spreading a bit of mischief. Have them meet me out back. All right, we might do that, too. But let's get down to more important matters, like getting Murgle drunk, except you want a barbecued rat. Well, that's fine, and some for Grunson over here, and Catris over here, back to Murgle for a 95, over to you, Gajark, and then somewhere else, like over here, and maybe back to here, and that was it. Gajark, what's your deal? You would like to be hired? Maybe? Maybe? You have a skill in mind? You're fairly social. You've got really good ranged. I might get Catrus to give up the good bow for you. You have no survival skills, though. I'm gonna pass for right now, man. We may come back to you. Gawk, you'd like to be welcomed. Well, welcome. And you would like a beer, I think. Yeah, some mead for you over there. And then probably some right next door to your friend here. Some down for Gajarik. Oh, it's just going swimmingly, except it's all gonna tank out at the end, because it always does. You over there, and you over here. You're happy already. Even better. And then back to Grunston. No, not so much, really. 19 golden tips, though. That's pretty good. No surprise, Murgle wants to continue Murgle's insanely long story. As a child, even the slightest irritation would lead to something bursting into flames. Shiloh taught me how to control my emotions, how to dim the fire, and build walls inside me to contain it. That sounds like a personal problem, Murgle. I know bartenders are essentially counselors of a sort, but that sounds like you should be paying a professional to talk about those kinds of things. What's your deal? You just want to talk to me, Brayson. I've always been able to manipulate others to get what I want. Right? Well, you're very, very drunk, Brayson, so I'm not going to take that super seriously. Okay, that is it for the mulligan for today. Everyone's pretty tanked. Now we just got to figure out what we're going to do tonight. I'd kind of like to keep going down either the infirmary route, so we can get an upgraded infirmary, or the undermarket route, because, well, that just sounds really cool. But I'd also like to clean up a couple of these earlier quests that have just been sitting here for a while. So we're going to go out and do Colorful Story about the walls in the mulligan and how we can pretty them up a little. I'm kind of wondering, I didn't actually end up hiring someone. If I'd put someone in that roster slot, I might have actually taken out 2 teams tonight. Because I think we've got the numbers to do that now. But just for the moment, I think we're just going to bang this out and come home. Well, it's social, so that means Catrus, you're up, and Zigzag, you're up. You two are our most social, and you're not even that social. And we'll take, well, I'm going to say we'll take out Grunson and Murgle. Maybe we should get some of the noobs to come in on this, except they're really terrible. Durgrim is about the least social person we know, and that's saying a lot at the mulligan. Now, let's just make sure we can nail this. Let's take out Grunson and Murgle. We're going to accept that and get on the way to a colorful story. Well, we head over to Millston, it looks like. A mage in jade robes bounds over to the heroes cheerfully, then stops, affixing them with a deadly serious gaze as he says, "Before we begin, what is my favorite color?" Well, I like deep reds, sort of like maroons or burgundies, like it's heading in the direction of a purple, but it's not going to get there. I know that's a very oh, wait, it's the guys, right, it's not me. It's the guys. Okay, success from you, and an excellent from you. Okay, we've still got to bring this home. We're not out of the woods yet socially. Yeah, Flimflam, not really your best effort there. Catrus, you actually need to nail this, please. Thank you very much, Catrus. I can usually count on you, except when I can't. Knowing that negotiations often requires playing along with the quirks of the other party, Grunson steps forward, and boldly declaring my favorite color is orange, the wizard nods appreciatively. A bold choice. It is a bold choice. You're not wrong. Not a lot of people are gonna, lay down for orange. That's the hill they're going to die on, is orange. Come in, how may I help you? Oh, we're just leaving. We're done. Okay, that was easy enough. Oh, except a thing. A group of elves appear in the trees above the party, bows drawn. Ambush. Yaw. Okay, ranged combat. Yeah, see, here's the thing. Catrus has got her special bow. So let's just see what we can do here. Oh, we're already done. Yeah, Murgle, I think, just set fire to the tree, basically. The walls have come down in Murgle's mind, and he, and or she, I never quite remember, has in fact set fire to the tree. Roaring successes from everybody. Dodging arrows and thrown knives, the party returns fire, chasing the bandits off. Elves are a rare sight in Beor, and aren't usually so aggressive, and they won't be anymore. There we go. Easy enough. A little elven ambush, but we're back at the mulligan. The heroes handled the daft wizard with charm and diplomacy. He agreed to stop by the tavern after hours for a bit of magical power blasting to scrub clean the tavern walls. Well, very, very cool. We don't get any things from it, but 3 out of the 4 people are currently blessed. Don't know what it means, but it's in green, so you know it's got to be good. Yeah, everyone's in good shape. Nobody took any injuries. We do need to get some more scorpion shots in the house here. Boy, we do go through a lot of these. You know what? Give me 3 of those. Those are just the most popular item around here. Let's open up the doors. Ah, Durgrim, you've got a level up. Okie dokie. Remind me what it is you do around here, Durgrim. You're actually fairly spread out in mind. You're rather good at it all, actually. I would like to give you... Well, you know what? Let's just spread the love a little bit here. How about a point in all of your mind things? You are the smartest barbarian I know. Now, we can get on with the day here. What do you want? Oh, you want a scorpion shot. Oh, okay. Yeah, don't chow those down, guys. We don't have a lot left in stock, and now, of course, everybody wants one, because of course they do. You can have one over here, and that didn't work out so well. Well, a few drinks later, what's your deal over here? You've got a new quest, The Collector. An elaborately penned note delivered to the tavern reads, Seekers of adventure. As a collector of unusual antiquities, I often require brave souls, such as yourselves, for a variety of missions. Do come visit my shop in Artist Alley. Well, that sounds like a quest that could lead to a lot of other quests. That sounds like this guy's going to keep handing out candy here. It's a social one, rather. Again, not our strongest thing. You know what? Out of the people who want to be hired, remind me if anyone... Beyonce, I'm not a super big fan of your music. I'm not going to lie to you about that, Beyonce. It's just not my style. It's not my era. But I'm sure people who like you really, really like you. And welcome to the Mulligan. We appreciate the fame power around here. Are you any good at social? No. Not even a tiny little bit. You're rather good at mind. I will keep that in mind. Aha! See what I did there? But of the people who would like to be hired, I'd love to find someone who, was a little more social. In the meantime, you can have some mead, and Grunson can have some, and Beyonce can have some, and back to Flim Flam, and back over to Grunson, somewhere over here for Bartholomew, and then down to Murgle. Yay! This probably won't work out. Oh, we got it! At least 1 maximum service a day. That's what we try and do around here. Well, I've got Murgle drunk enough to talk to me again. The orc temperament combined with the combustibility of a fire mage is a dangerous combination. There's a reason my tribe exiled those who burned from within. Yeah, we've kind of covered this, Murgle. Like, that was a few, I think, weeks ago that you kind of told me you were exiled, but nice to know that you remember the story, because I certainly don't. Grunson, what do you want? Mafalda Marrowsucker sent 6 of us slaves. Wow, that is a tongue twister. Marrowsucker sent 6 of us slaves to run the Razor Gauntlet that year, including my best friend Jared. Okay. Are we going to hear more about Jared next week? Probably. I imagine so. Zigzag, have some chicken wings. Oh, it's just not a day at the Mulligan until I put somebody on the floor. Yeah, you are just out cold. That does not look comfortable. And who are you? Oh, Tip Top. Yeah, you're pretty hammered too. Let's get a few more drinks going on here. Nobody, apart from Beyonce, wanted to get hired. Or anybody new? No, we've already got Bartholomew. New patron. I don't suppose you want to be welcomed, do you? Maybe if I just get you really, really drunk, you'll want to be welcomed, and then you could tell me what you're all about, and then maybe we can think about hiring you if you happen to be the social type, which I'm really kind of hoping that you are. Well, a couple of more drink chains later, and we are done for the day. Mood's up, customer satisfaction is wonderful, and 20 up on the old rep. We will definitely announce last call and go a-questin'. I'm going to try and stick to the plan of getting the better infirmary, the upgraded infirmary. So let's go with material concerns. Now, this is again going to be social. So, well, Catras, where'd you go there? Yeah, you're in. And Grunson's in. Flip-Flop, you're in. And, yeah, actually, Grunson and Murgle, it worked out well the last time with social. We've got a good overall chance, so I think we'll go with what we got. And off we go in a pink hat this time, which is just delightful. Up ahead, a crowd gathers for an axe-throwing competition. Dibs, Flim Flam laughs, running to sign up. Yaha, And we arranged combat. Yeah, here's the deal. Catris, special bow. I think we're going to be fine. Actually, we're already fine. We are just wrecking this. But just for argument's sake, Catris, what are you going to pull into the party here? You actually failed. That's terrible, Catris. You've got a special magic bow. We never have gone back to that place that's supposed to be handing out items. I gotta figure out how to do that. Do please let me know in the comments, because I've tried. We can do that on Tuesdays. But I can't, and we've missed it again. It's Wednesday morning. I can't quite figure out how we get back over there. With a practiced hand, Tip Top delivers 3 consecutive bullseyes to take the top prize. Yeah, and Catris didn't. Alright, well, it's a nice 100 gold right there. Let's keep moving on forward here. A servant escorts the heroes into the Guildmaster's office. Guildmaster Tardigan, I present envoys from the new tavern, The Mulligan, which is P.S., the best tavern. Now, what do we got? Social, difficulty of 12. I think we're going to be okay with this, but we'll go down the line here. All right, just one of you needs to bring it home, and yeah, there we go. There we go. Heroic from Flim Flam. Well done, sir. And even a success from Catris. Excellent. We crushed that one, and we're just heading back home. Okay, that was easy enough. Oh, except this. On a street corner ahead, 2 young boys are huddled around a friend who clutches his ankle, broken while running across uneven cobblestones. Yeah, cobblestones are the worst. Don't try to do cobblestones in high heels. That's a lesson I learned the hard way. One of the boys spots the heroes and asks, "Do you have a medic?" No. No, to my knowledge, we don't. Can I just move on? I guess I can't. Okay. We are going to probably fail at this. Actually, Grunson, aren't you good at survival? You're not terrible. Okay, we've got this. We've got this. And you, and you. Alright, whatever it is, I fixed your ankle. Catris gets to work splinting the damaged ankle and improvising a set of crutches from fallen tree branches. It'll be a few weeks before he's running on cobblestone again, but the child should fully recover. Well, learn your lesson, child. Don't run on cobblestones, you moron. Okay, let's get back to the mulligan. So, Guildmaster Tardigan is agreed to provide all the necessary equipment in exchange for a guild discount. Some more people are blessed again. Oh, we did very well with that. Yeah, very well. 100 gold out of that. I'm just going to keep it at 50-50. You kids did pretty well on that. You can definitely have half of the spoils. And some XP and all sorts of fun stuff. Okay, time for another day at the mulligan. I'm just going to get in some barbecued rat, which doesn't seem, again, like I really need to order that. I just need a fire and my own basement. But we'll get a couple of things of that, and that does seem to be selling very well. Let's crack open the doors here and see what's up. Nobody wants to level up, do they? Oh, I thought you were Beyonce. No, you're Carolyn the Bard. Yeah, I mean, you do have a social skill. You're better than most of our party. But you're not really very good in anything else. If by the end of the day, nobody else has applied for the open position, I'll probably take you just to fill up the slot, and then we can go to a Queston at night. But I'm just not in love with you. You're not really, I know you're a bard, but you're not really singing to me. Oh, Bartholomew, who I haven't taken out in ages now, you've got a new quest. What would you like to tell me about? Crossover Eve. That magical night when the veil between the worlds of the living and the dead is at its weakest. We usually call that Halloween, Bartholomew. Gather a diverse crew of heroes. Ooh, a diverse crew of heroes. For a night of celebration at the Haunted Carnival, the Lost Menagerie. And not no difficulty there either. Okay, we'll think about it. And what have you got, Grunson? What have you got kicking around over here? Ah, Doctor is in, the next level of that. With materials and supplies in hand, it's time to build a proper infirmary. Okay, I would like to do that. I'd like to go to the Crossover Eve thing, but I'd kind of like to complete this infirmary chain, if we can do that. Speaking of chains, have some mead, Catris, and then we'll just kind of bounce around here. Now, Bartholomew wants to have a little chat. What's your story? Have you ever heard about troll slayers? We take the idea of the berserker and turn up the crazy about 10 notches. Not in my establishment, Bartholomew. Everyone just chill out with the troll slaying. Troll's money is just as good as yours, I assure you. And, you wanted to talk to me. What's your story again? Oh, the tavern gained a level. What a great story you've told me. What Gerg didn't know is that Bray and I go way back. Oh, good, because he's sitting, like, right next to you. He's at the next table. So I refused the contract and warned her. Oh, sorry. Everyone has non-gender specific names. I can't possibly be expected to remember these people. Gerg still hates me for it. I don't care, Durgrim, because we've leveled up. Now we've got 2 roster slots. Now I can really put together 2 parties, 2 full parties. There's nobody very good here, though. Who are you again? Clog. Oh, Clog, I don't think I've looked at you. Clog Riftsucker. Alrighty, well there's a porn name if I ever heard one. Combat, mind, survival not bad. You have no social skills, Clog. You cannot even string 2 words together. Okay. I will definitely think about it. I'm gonna think about it. If I decline you now, will you ask again? If I come back to you? No, darn it. Okay, I have to make a decision right there and then. That's fine. And you're Beyonce. I wasn't that crazy about you in this game or in real life. I think... Alright, here's what I'm going to do. I've got 2 open roster slots. I'm going to get through today, and we're going to make some decisions tomorrow about who's getting hired for the open positions here in the Risk Your Life Club. And despite being rejected, Clog wants to start talking to me. I'll warn you straight away, there will be no poaching on any crew of heroes I'm a part of. Poaching what? Poaching animals? Poaching eggs? Poaching heroes? What are we... Clog, this is why you have no social skill. You cannot string words together and have them make sense. I know you want to be hired, Beyonce. I'm going to take another quick look at you to remind myself what you're into. Mostly mind. You're a little bit more well-rounded than some of the other people we've looking for. At least you have all the skills. Just a couple of them you're terrible at. Okay, I might make a decision on you tomorrow. I might not. In the meantime, let's just bang some drinks out here. Yeah, I think we're gonna keep going down the doctor one. The doctor is in the infirmary run. Although I do now see Sight for Sore Eyes is something for the mulligan. What is that exactly? I don't know. Do come visit my shop in Artist Alley, collector of unusual antiquities. Are you offering me decoratives? Because I will stop my life to go and deal with your quest, if you're offering me decoratives. But I don't know. Let's keep going down the infirmary one. I want to get this done, or at least get this part of it done, get to tomorrow, and fill those roster slots. And unusually, this is a mind one. We don't usually come up with those, but Murgle, you are... fairly wicked smart about things, and go in the thing. Thank you. Who else is vaguely competent at this? Actually, Flim Flam, you're pretty good with the mind things, as is Durgrim. And I'll take Bartholomew along, because he doesn't suck, and I haven't taken him out in a little bit, so kind of a weird crew going on here, but let's see what we can do. Oh, and we're not even going anywhere. We're doing this right in the mulligan. Excellent. And Bartholomew is hungover. Yeah, I did get you pretty wrecked, man. You ain't wrong, dude. I got you hammered yesterday. Oh, how hard can it be to set up an infirmary? Obviously knocking over a mug of mead while carrying a cot towards the attic stairs. Right? Are we done? Oh, no, we're not done yet. Okay, I thought he was just finished it. And anyway, Bartholomew, what do you got here? Okay, good start. Durgrim, you could bring this right home with now, or you could fail miserably. Tip Top, what do you got? There we go, thank you. And Murgle, you should have a really good shot at this. Very good, team, very good. With Alwyn's advice and Guildmaster Tardigan's goods, the heroes are able to construct a functional infirmary. Thank you, kids. And while waiting for the regular crowd to shuffle in, this is the regular crowd. This is it. These are my regulars. Murgle has been here since day one. A priest approaches, struggling to pull a large statue through the mud on a handcart. The adventurers help out and receive a blessing in return. Everybody is blessed. I think pretty much the entire population of the Mulligan is blessed at this point. But good, helping priests out with statues. It's never going to be a bad idea. You never know how that could go wrong if you don't. And it looks like we'll be able to cure paralysis now. I bet Murgle's happy to hear that after the wasp incident. And we'll just check out the expansions in the tavern. Infirmary level 2, or 1.2, I can't quite read that properly, my eyes are very old, and a bunch of stuff. Yay! I like a bunch of stuff. I'm more interested in upgrading that infirmary. We haven't had any injuries for a while, but that's just kind of pushing our luck. Anything need to get ordered. It would not kill us to have some house wine. That would be an acceptable thing that we should be ordering. I'm going to get 2 of those. You know what? While I'm here, give me a thing of scorpion shots. We know we're going to sell them. It's not like they're not going to go anywhere. Right. The infirmary, I don't think I can do anything with it on this screen. Infirmary level 2, yes. Second bed and faster recovery. And indeed it does. I would like to manage my facilities. It'll cost me 450 gold to do this. I've done that. I've done the quest, right? Yeah, do that. Okay, we have a level 2 infirmary. Super. Good deal, kids. And it looks like Murgle here got a bit of a level up. Well done, sir. Now, you excelled at the mind thing. I could just give you some points in that. I'm going to give you... Here's how this is going to go down, Murgle. You're going to get a point in fire magic and spycraft. And... I don't know... Have just, you know what, just try... There. Now all of those are the number 5, so it just kind of makes my brain happy if they're all the number 5. Okay, Murgle, good deal. Anyone want to chit-chat with me? Bengar. Ah, you'd like a job. Bengar, being a weapon master, you are outstanding at combat. Holy McMoly, you can fight, sir. You can't do anything else. Even your survival, even though you have it, it's rather pitiful. But boy, if we needed a fighter, Bengar is my man. I'm taking him. Yeah, I'm taking you. We're going to do that, yes. Anyone else want a job? Beyonce still wants a job. Why have you got a little star above your head? What's your deal? Why do you have a star? Okay. Are you waiting to tell me a story? Is that your plan? Or just maybe you're the new guy? I don't know. I'm going to serve some drinks. Well, a few drink chains later, and Flip-Flop wants to have a chat with me. Those who hoard wealth while others starve deserve to lose everything they have. I feel no guilt for gutting their homes. When you say gutting their homes, that sounds like an extreme reaction, sir. Or ma'am, I don't know. But I guess you're still welcome here? And just like I said the last time, I'm editing out many of the drink chains that I'm doing, just because I feel it speeds things up a little bit, and I don't know if those are the most interesting things. If you're sitting there going, no, I only tuned into Epic Tavern to watch you click on people and do drink chains, do please let me know. But I feel the story and the questing is the more interesting part of this rather than just a clicking rhythm game. Aha, you have a quest. You know of a job, right. Throw out the stink out with the bathwater. Throw the stink out with the bathwater would also work. The adventure has returned especially grungy after the last adventure, and patrons are complaining about the stench. Why? They all smell like that. We're not known for our hygiene around here. While the heroes scrub down outside using buckets from the kitchen, they need a bathhouse. Okay, so we're going to get another upgradable thingamajiggy here. Anyone else want a job besides Beyonce? Why do you even need a job? You're like really, really rich and things. Drusilla, however, will indeed have some stale bread, as will you, and as will you, and as will you, and you, and you, and you. Oh, and somebody else. Okay, you, sure, why not? Oh dear, we're running out of people now. You're not going to like that, are you? Oh, you did. Fantastic. And Bartholomew wants to tell me more of his life story. My father was one of the greatest troll slayers in my people's history. Yaha, okay. And Carolyn, what do you want to talk to me about? We are living history right now. Every action taken, every quest completed will forever change the world we leave behind. Yeah? You know that whole thing about history repeating, right, Carolyn, and people not learning from history? So, when you say changing the world, sometimes things just work in a cyclical fashion. But you would like some mead. Speaking of cycles, I know how to deal with your cycle. It's by shoving beer down your throat. Well, I've only got one more thing that I can do, and still only Beyonce wants to get hired, but Rollfish here would like to be welcomed. So, welcome. What's your deal? What do you got kicking around here? Some skills. decent in mind, not terrible in combat. No survival skills. Okay, you're not 100% a million terrible, but you're also... I mean, you're better than Beyonce. Bengar, why do you have a star above your head? I need to know the answer to this. Maybe I should fire somebody. That seems extreme, though. Now, speaking of people to hire, we can see if we can get Tatiana on board. Convince her to join the crew. I think we should do this, because Tatiana's gotta be pretty good. She's sort of like an extra heroic hero, as I recall. What do we got? Social? Well, we'll just take the sort of... I'm gonna say the A-team for social, but not really. Not as such. Actually, I'm sorry, Murgle, I didn't actually want you. I wanted Catrus. I just clicked on the wrong person there. And I didn't actually want Grunson either. Sorry, Grunson. Didn't mean to tease you there. No, we're taking Flip-Flop along. Get in the party. Thank you. Actually, after all that, I will take Grunson and Murgle, because they're slightly more social than everyone else on the roster here. Okay. 286 gold to prepare for this? Are you kidding me? Oh, it's a 2-day quest. Well, no wonder. Alright. Well, looks like we'll have... Should I bump up their food? I'm gonna give them a little more food. Oh, wow, not that much food. Actually, no. Back that off, kids. Just eat the regular amount of food, please. We're not gorging ourselves on the way there. Off we go. I didn't realize this was a 2-day thing. This may take a while. Okay, first up, the hill is covered in strange markings. What could they mean? Who cares? Let's move on. Right, so mind. Let's see what we can do with this. Not a heck of a lot. At all. Everybody failed. Really? I almost feel that one was a bit of a setup. It would be unusual that all of them failed that. Okay, someone fell down the hill maybe. Yeah, Grunson really didn't work that one out, did he? Okay, keep moving on, kids. Now what? Oh, melee. Actual fighting. We so rarely do that around here. Pausing for a brief bit of rest, the heroes stumble upon a manticore lair. Murgle draws her cudgel. Again with the cudgel! Murgle, again with the cudgel. You are a fire mage. Inside you lives actual, real fire that you can command and disperse at your leisure. But when it comes to combat, you draw a stick out. You look at the fire burning inside you and say, this event, this engagement, this fight calls for a stick. Okay, Murgle. Right. You know, I've been talking about firing people. Alright, well, off you go with your stick, Murgle. At least you hit him. Unlike the wasps, at least you hit him. Hey, maybe next time, just a thought, just blue sky in here, just throwing out ideas, maybe next time, you could set fire to somebody. Oh, Grunson, what are you bringing to the table? Absolutely nothing. Zigzag, what do you got? Nothing at all. Catrus, you need to nail this, actually. All of our hopes depend on you, Catrus. Thank you. Thank you, that's why I gave you the special magic bow. Heroes fall upon the sleeping manticores, quickly slaughtering them. We just slaughtered sleeping animals? They might not have even been hostile. Maybe they were the world's friendliest manticores. I feel terrible about us now. A hawk circles overhead with a note tied to its leg. Grunson, aren't you good at this? Are you not terrible? I don't really remember. Well, you got that. Anyway, Murgle, do that. Right, I need one of the two of you to bring this on home, please. And it ain't Zigzag. Right, okay, Catrus, counting on you. Thank you, Catrus. Thank you. Grunson holds his arm out, and the hawk lands deftly on it. Grunson takes the note and begins to read, "Congratulations, you have been pre-approved for a credit slab at First Dwarven Bank." Oh, spam hawks. Excellent. The party meets an old woman on the road who thumps the ground with her cane while speaking, "Things are being born in the deep today. Best seek higher ground." Okay, cool. Is that it, Granny? Right, we're just gonna walk on by the crazy today, thank you. Don't have time for crazy in our lives. Murgle finds some roadside berries. Delicious. Yep, good. Well, good. We're not tucking into the expensive food. I appreciate that, Murgle. Heroes sit through a graduation ceremony that drags on for ages. They always do, don't they? Just hand the people their diploma. You know what? Just give it to them by mail. Wiping the sleep from their eyes as the event mercifully comes to a close. Whoever wrote this has been to more than a few graduation ceremonies. They head over to present their gift to Tatiana. Not difficult here, kids. So let's see what we can do. Okay, an excellent from Murgle. Great start. And Grunson, okay, good. Still need one of you to crush this, please. Alright, there we go. Flip-flop brings it on home. Catris, just do whatever it is you feel you do around here. And you even crushed it. Fantastic. The never-ending woods, Tatiana exclaims, beaming at the painting. I used to dream about them every night as a child. Thank you so much for this thoughtful gift. Grunson tells the spellcaster about the mulligan and convinces her to stop by and possibly join their crew. Excellent. Okay, I like the sound of this. I'm glad I didn't fill that roster slot. If she's going to come by, she's like extra heroic or something. We'll definitely look at bringing her on board. On the way home, we're stopped by a wandering traveler. At night they come without being fetched, and by day they are lost without being stolen. It's dreams, Grunson. It's dreams. This is a really easy one. This is almost easy as that egg riddle from The Hobbit. Lord of the Rings, whatever it was. This is really, really easy. It's The Hobbit, right? Yeah, it was The Hobbit where the riddle war happens. Okay, it's dreams, Grunson, but I guess we've got to figure that out for ourselves. There we go. Murgle got it. Murgle knew the answer to that one. Grunson did not. Excellent. Well done, Grunson. I told you the answer, man. I told you the answer, like several times. And Catris gets it. For reasons I still don't understand, I'm actually skilled in these. Grunson says, no, you're not. You actually failed. Finally get to use my training. The answer is stars. No, it's dreams. Everybody knows that. Why would it be stars? That's silly. Stars are always there. Stars exist all the time. They belong to the night. The traveler nods. Very nice. Well done, Grunson. We appreciate that. What's next? Grunson attempts to make dinner, but the results are well short of edible. Grunson, why are you terrible today? Why are you just awful? Okay, we've lost some points there. Try and, I guess make camp. We'll set up camp. Stars. That's the most ridiculous end to that riddle I've ever heard. Everybody knows the answer to that is dreams. I'm going to get some fairy water. It is, in fact, made from real fairies. So give me one of those. The team are still out. I really just want to see if not Catris, Tatiana is here. I know Catris isn't here because she's out. No, you're Brayson. Oh, Brayson wants to get hired. Yeah, you are pretty social, but not much else, and I'm kinda holding that slot open for Tatiana. I'm not kidding you, man. Well, Clog Riftsucker wants to have a little chat. Better part of 3 years battling poachers, again with the poaching. Many of them are based out of that rat trap, the Hungry Huntsman. Okay, are we going to have to go deal with that at some point? And Durgrim, what do you want? Oh, more of your story. I take pride in always completing a contract once I accepted. Only one ever escaped, a giant barbarian named Bearfang. Yeah, and Brayson, who you didn't complete the contract, who is actually sitting right next to you. At the same table. Bartholomew wants to have a chat. You might ask why I'm way out here visiting your tavern. I don't have much choice. I don't know what to do with my life. Well, I'm offering you gainful employment as an adventurer. Is that not enough for you? Gawk, you're tanked. As a diviner, I go wherever the fates take me. Today they bring me here. Good info. Thanks for sharing. Karamir? Karamar. Well, you're Kamir now. You'd like a scorpion shot. Yeah, we totally have those. And they're fairly priced now, or at least more fairly priced than they used to be after I took the price down after jacking it up so much. Okay, none of that worked out. Now, I'm quite sure that Tatiana isn't actually going to show up before the kids get home, so I'm kind of just blowing through this day to get them back. But while they're working their way back, we may as well take out a partial crew. I can get 3 out of 4 in here. What would be... I'm looking for something fairly straightforward for them to do. Let's try the Collector. Let's see how it goes. I don't actually think we really have the team we need here, but we're going to give it a shot. We have an okay chance at this. Let's see if we just bang this out real quick. Yeah, talk about the B team. This is not our greatest group here. After pausing to fill his canteen in a nearby brook, Durgrim turns back to find Bartholomew pinned to the ground. Oh, hang on. It's combat. Oh, Bengar, I've got a job for you. Crushing this. Oh, I like you already, Bengar. I like you already, sir. Yes. Absolutely wrecked that one. The determined assassin closes the gap quickly. In one smooth motion, he picks up his cudgel, again with the cudgels, and cracks with skill a master assassin. Figure vanishes when struck, leaving an empty robe behind. Well done, Bengar. I'm putting that one all on you there, Chief. While passing a collective drive at farms, the party is accosted by an angry mob who claim the adventurers cast a spell. Do any of these people look like they can cast spells? Seriously. They don't look smart enough to tie their own shoes. Never mind engage in sorcerous actions, but sure, yeah, this is what I'm talking about. These people can't do this. All right, well done, Bartholomew, though. Good team effort there. Actually, we just scraped by that. The adventurers convince the mob they have no magical talent whatsoever. Yeah, that is a very factual statement there. Farmers leave in search of someone else to blame. This is taking much longer than I anticipated. I thought this was going to be kind of right outside. Ignatius Mordred, collector of cursed curiosities, at your service. The pirate Moreland Wrong-Eye intrigues me. He lost his right eye to an arrow, but wears his patch over the left, and is yet a serviceable archer. I want that eye patch. Sir, I like you. Ignatius, I like you a lot. That was a wonderful set of words in that order. Okay, what do we need to do this? Oh god, it's social. Right, Bengar. Yeah, talk about not being able to string some words together. Okay, really good effort though, Bengar. Good addition to the team there. Not so much with you, Bartholomew. No, we're not going to get this at all. I should not have sent these people. I should have waited for the A-team to come home. I'll admit having my concerns about you, but I believe in nurturing young talent. Alright, handing over a scroll case containing the mission instructions. So did we kind of pass anyway? I feel we kind of just sort of did that by accident or something. A burly human woman berates her husband, a small sullen man, as he attempts to fix the broken wheel of their wagon. Always the hero, Bartholomew steps forward to intervene. Does he really? Is he always? I do not have the right team for this. This is such a shot in the dark. I could, oh wow! You actually, Durgrim, we so needed that excellent, and you brought it on home. Cheerfully diffusing the situation as he crouches to help the downtrodden fellow change the wheel. Together they jury-rig the wheel well enough to get them to the nearest village. The woman nods appreciatively. Never doubted you for a minute. Party passes through a cluster of trees ambushed by bandits. This does seem to happen frequently around here, but thankfully we've got Bengar on board, and Bengar just wrecks anything vaguely combat-related. Nice heroic from you, Durgrim. Didn't really bring a lot to the table, but well done anyway, sir. So we failed, but we didn't totally fail. Ignatius seems underwhelmed by the adventurers, but offered them an assignment to steal pirate Moreland Wrong-Eye's eye patch. We are totally doing that. And now the kids can start working their way home here. A priest from the Temple of Flies. What a fun temple that sounds like. Proselytizing about rebirth in rotting flesh. Yay! The party comes upon a fork in the path with a sign in the middle. It reads, if all else fails, follow the beat. Are you telling me we don't know how to get home? You can actually see the tavern right there. It's right over there. Okay, let's see what we can do with this, kids. Not so much there from Murgle. Grunson doing well there. Zigzag, what do you got? Alright, we've got this. And a good effort from Catris there, too. Zigzag hears a steady thumping coming from the right-hand path and leads the heroes through the valley toward the noise, passed by a giant happily slapping his drum. That sounded wrong. The heroes danced to the beat for a while. Okay, giant happily slapping his drum just sounds different. Oh good, it's another strange symbol. We've done so well with these before, and we're going to do so well with them now. Zigzag? Oh wow. Well done, sir. Well done. I'm pretty sure you're a sir. I'm not really ever 100% on that. Catris recognizes this. Catris, Zigzag did all the work there. Being a gang sign announcing their turf's borders. Okay. And once again, the Buckleberry versus Appleberry Pie debate rages on. Here in Epic Tavern, I think we can all come to terms that all pie is good pie. And they finally make it home. Okay, Tatiana was thrilled with the hero's thoughtful gift and promised to stop by the tavern for a visit. Hire this powerful spellcaster. I totally will. Hopefully she's coming in tomorrow. But that is probably an excellent place to call it on Epic Tavern for today. We got a fair bit done, and we're kind of sort of at the point where we can be taking out two teams, except one of them is pretty terrible. Except in combat. except in combat, in which case we own it. But other than that, we're broadly terrible. Anyway, we'll pick up some more Epic Tavern next time. Hey, if you enjoyed the video, do please leave a like down below. It does cheer me up no end when people do that. And if you're new to the channel, maybe just checking it out for the first time, feel free to hit that subscribe button. See more of this ridiculous nonsense. Until then, I'm Dave. Thank you, as always, for joining me in the wee hours, and we'll see you next time. Bugs are inherently stupid, and they get in places and they can't get out. You know what places they get in? Things that are wide open that don't have screens over them. It's a piece of mesh. We figured this out like 100 years ago. What is wrong with the British, the Irish? I'm just going to keep shooting Hildegrad until she goes away, which is my response to most nuns, really. So now, the pit of death is carbon dioxide, polluted oxygen, polluted water, and urine. I've just made it just a little bit worse for everyone down here.